But still, ASEAN is grappling with how to conceive of the Indo-Pacific as a strategic notion that will work for ASEAN itself. And this continues to be the case, partly because of what you brought up. There are the twin concepts of ASEAN centrality as well as ASEAN unity. And without ASEAN unity on a number of issues, including strategic ones, including geopolitical ones, there cannot be ASEAN centrality. And within Southeast Asia, we constantly wring our hands in anxiety and concern about where ASEAN fits into this geopolitical puzzle, particularly now with intensifying competition between the US and China. And we still haven't found the answer, unfortunately, because things continue to move even as we grapple with this question of how ASEAN should fit into the larger geopolitical landscape. Henry mentioned economic frameworks. I mean, I think ASEAN has been using that as a very convenient and practical tool for cooperation, for collaboration, for greater integration amongst its members, but also with its dialogue partners. The complication now is that economics has been weaponized in a way. I know that's a bit of an exaggeration, but economics is no longer just economics, trade, and commerce. And we've seen this with the IPEF, for example, and the connection of IPEF with other strategic initiatives that the US has proposed. And the linking of, for example, export controls with trade, with strategic controls even, and even in the digital space. And so now we have a series of dots that are going to be linked up together, particularly to advance a notion of the world that certain countries feel should be prevalent and dominant, in fact. And for ASEAN, the challenge really is to put itself at the table, not just to be a part of the conversation, but actually to participate and even help shape that conversation. And unfortunately, that leadership in ASEAN is missing right now. And we continue to try to unpack what unity and centrality mean for us in the region without really having a forward vision of how we see ourselves in this larger chess game between the major powers.